Shalom, Pastor, coming back at you with this truth, giving all praise to Yahweh Bashim and Haushai Bashim Kodash. And I'm going to entitle this video, "But I have not shunned to declare unto you the whole gospel of the Most High." Giving all praise to Yahweh Bashim and Haushai Bashim Kodash. Again, can't praise enough. Anyway, let me read that again. Acts, matter of fact, let me start from the 25th verse. And now behold, I know that ye all among whom I have gone preaching the kingdom of the Most High, because this is all about the kingdom of the Most High, the Great Commission in Matthew 10, 5, and 6 on down. The Lord told the disciples, which became the apostles, exactly what to do, and that they should go, don't deal with the Gentiles, meaning the natural Gentiles, and the Samaritans don't deal with them either, because you had Samaritans, like the woman at the well. She wasn't an Israelite. She was another nation, living in the land of the Samaritans, or the land of Samaria, which was occupied by Ephraim, and they were taken out during the time period of Shalmaneser the fifth, during the reign of King Hoshea. He was a king of Israel. There was a split. Remember that? So they were taken into captivity. Then, you know, if you believe in the Apocrypha, which if you don't, you're an idiot. You got a lot of scholars, Edomite scholars, Christian scholars that do follow the Apocrypha. Some don't. But it gives you the rest of the history, how they came over here to a new region, which is the fulfillment of Deuteronomy chapter 29. It says another land, and that's a Hebrew word for Asarath, which is another land. I'm not saying in the ancient Hebrew. That's another topic. I may go to it and bring out the actual way you say it in Hebrew. But that was part of the curse, the fulfillment of prophecy, because we had to be delivered from over here. You know, we go out on the highways and the byways. If the Edomite says, well, if you don't like this place, you can leave. Well, what you explain to them is that we're here to condemn this place. America's just nothing but a big altar. That's all it is. It's nothing but a big altar, pursuant to Isaiah chapter 34. So we have to be here, the priests, the prophets, the spiritual men. This is the altars. That's why there's so many camps out there, not just GMS. That's a spirit that's on them. And we have to, the great deliverance is going to come out of the valley. The valley of dry bones is America. So we're doing two things. We have two jobs. Number one is to wake up the elect, not all Israel, because that's not going to happen. You can read about that in Matthew chapter 10. It's a great chapter. That chapter is one of my favorites. I mean, that's a topic right there. Of Matthew chapter 10. Because he tells the disciples what they ought to do, what they're not supposed to do, and he says that when you go out among your people, they're gonna, for the most part, hate you. This is the great sifting process. So the ones of you, Jake, that can't get it, don't worry about it. If you perceive that they can't get it, then pray that they go walk down the street. Or you might have to walk down the street, meaning shake the dust and go someplace else. If the individual, you don't have to get into no ongoing argument with somebody that you can see that they can't get it. Okay, John the Baptist said, paraphrasing, give me fruit, meat for repentance. And he said, who told you that you will flee from the wrath to come? And the wrath to come is the destruction that's coming now. Wasn't talking about a wrath back then. He was talking about the destruction, the day of the Lord, Malachi 4. So this is not for all Israel. This is only for the elect of Israel, and the elect includes women and children. Anyway, the Most High sent forth the prophets. We believe that we're the prophets because we're the only ones on the planet. I mean, who's doing this if we're not doing it? Who's out there on the highways and the byways teaching? Even the small hats, they're not doing that. They don't have prophets. They're in their communities. They're not on the, you ain't gonna see no, black suitors or no small hats on the corner with a 12 tribe sign because they only believe in one tribe, which is Judah. So those are not the people. Although could there be some of them mingled among them? Yeah, because we were scattered all over the place and we planted, when we go places, we plant our seed in places. You go back to the Korean conflict. There was an MMA fighter. Damn, I can't remember his name. He looked kind of like Vietnamese, but his father was a Jake, military man. And he got with a Korean woman. So you can see he kind of has that Moabitish look to him. He was a champion. He's at a UFC, Bellator. And I forget his name. Somebody can put it in for you MMA fans out there. But you had that going on a lot. There was GIs that took their Korean wives back to America, Vietnamese wives back to America. And then they left their seed. So you have a lot of seed in Korea. You have a lot of seed in Vietnam, Cambodia, those places. In the Far East, Japan, you got a lot of Jakes that live in Japan. There was two sisters, and their mother was Japanese and their father was GI. And they look good. They look good. They look like Hawaiians, sort of. You would think they were Hawaiian, but they were like dark skinned, but they had like the Moabitish or Ammonitis type eyes. But they were Jake. They were Jake women. And when they opened up their mouth, they were Jake women. So, when Vocab Malone, says that we can't possibly be the Israel. Well, wait a minute. Israelites were scattered throughout the whole planet Earth, and they left their seed. So they look like everybody. The speckled bird in Jeremiah. Was that Jeremiah 12:9? The great multitude in Revelation chapter 7. You're gonna have Israelites looking like everyone, and you're gonna have them looking like Japanese, Chinese, Hawaiian, Filipino, big community of Israelites in Philippines, meaning not that they a group that know that they're Israelites, but there's among the Philippines, I would say, if not all of them, a great deal of them are Israelites. Manny Pacquiao is an Israelite. I've been watching him through the years. I said, that dude's an Israelite, man. They showed his father one time, and that dude, his father is straight up black. I mean, blue black. They showed him one time at the fight, and I forget what fight it was. And his mother's probably a Jake too. Or Thailand, them Muay Thai fighters, Them guys are number Jake. Them motherfuckers act like Jake. They fight. You know, if you watch a guy named Sanchai, I hope I'm saying his name right. Sanchai and Bokau and what's another one? Rogan, I believe his name is. Yo, they Sanchai is a trip. You know, he'll come into the ring dancing, just like a Jake. You know how Jake dancing into the ring? He dances like Jake. And he's the Floyd Mayweather of Sanchai. He's the Floyd Mayweather of MMA. You know, he's the MJ of MMA. Anyway, forgive me, let me get back in line here. So, you know, the Most High set us down here to, you know, for one thing. I was born on this earth for one reason and one reason alone. And that's to kick some booty. Inside joke. That's what Dusty Rhodes said years ago when I was a kid. He came back to New York. He said, I'm here for one reason and one reason only. That's to kick some booty. Anyway, please forgive me for my corny jokes. Anyway, in the most High setting up the men of the Lord, which we believe that we are the men of the Lord because I've been doing this for well over 30 years. You do something for 30 years, you know, you're going to get good at it. You know, it's in you. It's a part of you. That's all you know. Floyd Mayweather, he's been boxing since he was a kid. So that's all he knows is boxing. He ain't going to say, well, now I'm going to get into building boats. No. Or I'm going to get into, my plan is to become the mayor. No. What you know is what you've been doing for years. It's in your blood. It's in your system. So, in us being prophets, which we believe that we're the prophets have to eat the roll. One of my favorite precepts, Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter, eat the roll and go out and teach the sons of Israel, not the other nations. Anybody says, well, certain nations can make it if they believe. No, they're not going to make it. They're not going to make it. The Most High is only dealing with Israel and not all of Israel. So you have people like GOCC. And by the way, I'm going to get into this video that I did in the comment. The reason why I did that video about expelling demons from off you, I'm going to get it. I'm gonna go to that video and I'm going to speak on it from a comment. The video, I made it for a particular individual, and I said that individual, he's going to come on my page and put a comment down, and sure enough, he did. And then he confessed that he was a part of a GOCC. He started with the GOCC, and he said that's the worst camp out there. I left that. Now, mind you, he knew about GMS, he knew about ISUPK, you know, he knew about these other Israelite groups. So he had to know about us, of course. So why didn't he go for us? Maybe he's not one of the elect. And then from there, he went to the IUIC. And then in the IUIC, he clearly sees that the MOTB is what we say it is. And he went before the captains and the leaders, and he said, look, the MOTB is the fulfillment of, is the jump shot, not the jump shot, but the Karagma. And basically what they did was they kicked them out because there's orders. You know, you got the heads, and then you got the Bishop Nathaniel and the rest of them. And no, he's out. If you see that, so he's out there. So he was out there on his own with all these crazy doctrines, and it's a crazy doctrine. One of them was hell. So now when he was fighting to push that hell thing, he got that from GOCC, because the GOCC teaches that there is an actual place called hell. Oh, and another thing, they don't believe in reincarnation. There's a couple other things. They believe Edomites can make it. So what he did was he jumped in a vat of demons, jumped out the demons, had some demons still on him, and jumped into another vat of demons. Because those guys got demons on them. Those are spirits. You have to teach the whole truth. Now, let me read this again. It says, and now behold, I know that ye all among whom I have gone preaching the kingdom of the Most High shall see my face no more. Wherefore I take you to record this day that I am pure from the blood of all men. Now, when he says all men, is he talking about all men on the planet Earth? He said, no, the ones that he preached to, the ones that he preached the kingdom to. 25th verse again, and now behold, I know that ye all, the ones who he's speaking to, if there's 25 of them, all is talking about 25 of them, among whom I have gone preaching the kingdom of the Most High shall see my face no more. In other words, I'm going someplace else. You ain't gonna see me. You may see me, you may not see me. Wherefore I take you to record, let the record reflect that this day that I am pure from the blood of all men. All what men? All these men. And if there were women there, he's talking about women too. He said, let the record show, let the record reflect that I taught you the gospel, and the Lord can't destroy me because I gave you the full gospel. It says, for I have, and what should come to mind? 26th verse. What should come to mind? Ezekiel 3, Ezekiel 33, Ezekiel 18, Ezekiel 3, verse 18. It says, for I have not shunned to declare unto you all the counsel of the Most High. So we're going to look up the word shun. It says, for I have not shunned to declare unto you all. What does all mean? 100%. We say we got 100%. 100% all the counsel of the Most High. And what is his counsel? When it says in Amos 3 and 7, I will do nothing but I reveal my secrets unto my servants, the prophets. When you look up the word secrets, one of the definitions is counsel. Counsel. So whatever secrets we got from the Most High, we give it to others in the hopes that they are of the elect. Let me read a couple more verses down. But this is the key verse, 27th verse. For I have not shunned, we're going to look that word up, to declare, we may look that up, unto you all, we know what all means, the counsel, we may look that up, of the Most High. It said, take heed therefore unto yourselves and to all the flock over the which the Holy Spirit or the Holy Ghost, Geist, and the German word Geist, have made you overseers. Overseer, we got to look that word up. To feed Jeremiah, what is that? Jeremiah 3:15, the church of the Most High. The churches are Israelites that are scattered. That's why the Apostle Paul did. They say 3 journeys. It was really 5 journeys. But there was 3 major journeys that the scholars speak about. But it was altogether 5 journeys. And the church represents what? All the Israelites that he went to. The church are the Israelites. That's in Acts chapter 7. Matter of fact, let me prove that. Let me prove that. Give me a second. I believe that's Acts chapter 7. Acts 7. Okay, let me go to. Okay, boom. It's here in one place. I'm going to start up above that. It's in the 38th verse, Acts 7:38. I'll start at 35. This Moses whom they refused, saying, who made thee a ruler and a judge, as he simple jakes, they do that about us. How you guys claim the top, the Lord came to me too. The same did the Most High sent to be ruler and delivered by the hand of the angel which appeared to him in the bush. He brought them out after that he had showed wonders, miracles, and signs, miracles in the land of Egypt and in the Red Sea. It was actually the Suez, it was at the Gulf of Suez, and in the wilderness is in 40 years. So these were Israelites. Now you had the mixed multitude, but the Most High wasn't dealing with the mixed multitude. This is that Moses which said unto the children of Israel, the word children is sons of Israel, a prophet show, Lord, your power, raise up, that's Yahweh Shai, unto you of your brother, like unto me, him shall ye hear. This is he that was in the church. This was he that was in the church, which is, he's saying Yahweh Shai was there in the spirit. In the wilderness. This is he that was in the church in the wilderness with the angel which spake to him in Mount Sinai. So who gave him the laws? These dumbass, bugged out ass Christians say, well, the Lord's done away with. See, the Lord did away with the Lord. Dummy, the Lord gave Moses the law. Why would he give him the law and then come back and say it's done away with? That's why we don't even, it's a waste of time even, sitting down and dialoguing with a Christian, because they don't, unless they're scholars, but then they're filled with their very erudite people. They spent X amount of years at a theological cemetery, so they really believe they know everything, and they don't. It says to him in the Mount Sinai, and with our fathers, the Israelites, who received the lively oracles to give unto us, to whom our fathers would not obey, meaning the Israelites, but thrust him from them, and in their hearts turned back again into Egypt. They wanted to go back to Egypt. And you know why they wanted to go back to Egypt? Because the mixed multitude was getting in the ears. I believe that's Numbers. I'm not going to go to that. Somebody can put it in. Saying unto Aaron, make us gods to go before us. For this Moses, which brought us out of the land of Egypt, we wot not what is become of him. And they made a calf. That goes into the story, but the key point is the 38th verse. This is he that was in the church in the wilderness, talking about Israelites. So now let's come back to the 27th verse, Acts 20, verse 27. For I have not shunned to declare unto you all the counsel of the Most High. Meaning, when somebody says, what is hell? Hell is merely the grave. But now hell could be, how can I say this? King David said, the sorrows of hell compassed me about, something to that effect. And what he meant was he was close to death. He's fighting all these enemies. Anytime he defeated an enemy, another enemy would pop up. His main enemy, while he was fighting the Philistines, he had an inside enemy, which was Saul, which was trying to kill him. That's what he was talking about. So when he said hell, it wasn't, and then, even David said that he went to hell, that the Most High will not leave him in hell. He was talking about our Lord, and our Lord was not dipped in no damn fire. Okay? But anyway, it says, for I have not shunned to declare unto you all the counsel of the Most High. So now let's deal with the word shunned. Now, I'm pretty sure Athon, however you want to call him, the big tall guy in IUIC, he came to me a couple of years ago and he said, you know what, you're right. Although if you ask him, he goes, no, I never said that. He knows that the MOTB is the Quran. He knows that, but he's not going to confront them. And I said, well, when are you going to confront them about it? He said, they're not ready. Them in ISUPK are not ready. So I'm pretty sure he was there when this guy, Ronan, that's when it was named. He said, no, the MOTB is the fulfillment of Revelation, it's the Charagma. And they just kicked him out. So he said, man, I don't want to get kicked out like that. I like doing the marches and wearing them suits. Anyway, let me look at the word shun. Hey, when Brother Polite came down and questioned us about the whole rape thing doctrine, we didn't say, oh, let me have a little meeting. Went to the side, maybe we shouldn't say that because that's going to cause an uproar, and we're gonna be outcast. Nah. You said that? No. I didn't. I was crazy. I was temporarily insane at that time. No, we said that's what it means, and we showed them the scriptures. And guess what? All them other Israelite groups, all of them, turned into Christians. All of a sudden, they don't know the Hebrew. They don't know how root words work. They don't know the history of Israel. They just turned into a bunch of wacky ass Christians, man. So really, these other groups are really Christian Israelites. They're not real Israelites. Like the ISUPK says we're the fake Israelites, but you can't get no more faker than the ISUPK with the nonsense that comes out of that General Yohana's mouth. Okay, now would General Yohana make it? Yeah, of course he's. In other words, if he doesn't make it on this go around, he'll make it in the through our children. He'll come back. So he better, it behooves him to repent. Him and Bishop Nate. Bishop Nate is Bishop Nathaniel is trying to repent because he recently said Yahweh and Yahushai, but he's still playing games. He's still playing games with the Most High's word, and he's leading people astray. The MOTB is exactly what we say it is, and we haven't budged. We haven't budged from Deuteronomy 22. We haven't budged from any of that. Because guess what? We're like the Church of Berea. Just search those scriptures to see if those things were so. Search the scriptures mean you got to know a little Hebrew, you got to know some Greek, you got to know maps, you got to know history. So the word shun, let me let you listen.
Charles G, 5288. Costello.
So let me look that up. I might go into the roots right here. It means to draw back, let down, lower, to withdraw of a timid person. And see, like I said, I wasn't there, so I don't know what happened, but I'm pretty sure Athon was there, and he was he was sitting on that council. And when the guy brought it up, he said, the guy, he knows it too. That's the spirit. Something like that. And they came up with the judgment according to him, and they said, look, you're out of here. And he should have said something. He should say, you know what? It's true. GMS is correct. And this man right here is correct. No, see, Ronan, you messed up because you went to the GOCC, and then you jumped from GOCC to IUIC. Now you kind of coming to us. That's why you're out there in limbo, man. That's why you still got demons on you. You still got demons on you, Ak. That's a topic right there. You still got demons on you. It says to withdraw oneself, i.e., to be timid, to cover, shrink. You know, when the subject comes up, you can look at it, you can see it. Hey, there's one video that Bishop Nathaniel put together, you know, countering what we said about the MOTB. You can see certain of them guys shrinking, like, oh no, man. What if it's true? You know, that's when you stand up. It says, cursed be the man that trusts in man. It said of those who from timidity hesitate to avow what they believe, to be unwilling to utter from fear. I like them marches. I like them 800-man marches. I like the fact that we can wear them pretty purple and golds. I like that. I like them Passovers. It says to shrink from declaring, meaning telling the truth, to conceal, no, I'm going to keep it to myself, dissemble. So when people say, why don't y'all just put your differences to the side and come back? Come on, okay, you got a group, GOCC. We're part of that big congregation. They're teaching that Edomites can make it. All right. Let me look at. Let me bring out the root. Okay, it said by under. Stilo. That doesn't really diminish. Okay, to diminish, to cease to exist, to abstain from familiar intercourse with one, meaning tell the truth. So now let's go. You know what I want to do? Let me do this quick, because I hadn't gone through this in a while. Ezekiel 2. I'm going to read this quick. And he said unto me, Son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee. And the Spirit entered into me when he spake unto me and set me upon my feet, that I heard him that spake unto me. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, no other nation. So GOCC is clearly wrong. They're wrong on that. You know, the Edomites and other nations can make it. You can have Edomites in your congregations. They're off on the hell doctrine. They say hell is an actual place that you go to. That's why my man's messed up in the mind. What else? Reincarnation. You know, they teach, there's such thing as mermaids. To a rebellious nation, rebellious. Let's look up the word rebellious. I hadn't read this chapter in years. And this is one of the first chapters that High Priest Ariel taught. Marad, to rebel, revolt, be rebellious, to rebel, revolt against human king, against the Most High, against light, poetic. So like I said, you don't got to go back and forth with some Christian. You know, you tell them this, you know, this scripture means that, you got it wrong on that. And if they want to stay there and go back and forth with you, you're looking for him to go down the street. You're praying that he goes down the street. You know, the scriptures say, Paul said about, matter of fact, let me go to it. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it's 1 Corinthians 14. Let's see if I'm right. Okay, that's it. 1 Corinthians 14, verse 38. Okay. But if any man be ignorant, let him be ignorant. This is another chapter right here. There's a topic right here. 35th verse. Okay, let me start from 34. Let your women keep silence in the churches. Now in the current, they had a lot of issues with the the lifestyle of being Hellenized, so they were coming out of that. So just like Jake today, you got Jake with tattoos, you got Jake men with long hair, you got dreadlocks, which is heathenistic. Just to name, you got Jake that, they put up a Christmas tree and all that other stuff. It said, let your women keep silent in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak. Why did he say that? Why did he say that? Because that Greek, custom, they were letting women be equal to men, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. In other words, what law he was talking about, he's talking about Genesis 3. And in the law, that there's an order. If a woman makes a vow and the husband or the father hears of it, if she's under a man, a husband, he can call off the vow because he's over her. It says, and if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home, which means they should all have husbands. For it is a shame for a woman to speak in the church. What came the word of the Most High out from you, or came it unto you only? If any man think himself to be a prophet or spiritual, let him acknowledge that the things that I write unto him are the commandments of the Lord. But if any man be ignorant, let him be ignorant. Wherefore, brethren, covet to prophesy, that's the main gift, and forbid not to speak with tongues. Let all things be done decently and in order. There's an order, there's a structure. All right. So let me look up the word ignorant real quick, and I'll come back. So Ronan, you got caught up in that. So the only thing you can do is humble yourself. You may go on a fast. You may flush yourself. Spiritually flush. Let me look up the word ignorant. To be ignorant, not to know, not to understand, unknown, to err or sin through mistakes, to be wrong. Now you might teach something, you might teach that hell is an actual place and be sincere, but guess what? You're sincerely wrong. Okay, let me come back. Okay, where was I? Anyway, let me do this. See, the main thing, everything's supposed to be straightened out. And the main thing that we should be getting into is the prophecies. Now you're going to have people that's going to come in, newer people, and that's where you brothers that have been in this thing for 2 years are supposed to also be your teachers. You don't come in this thing, Ephesians 4, the perfecting of the saints for the work of the ministry. The Most High set up apostles, prophets, teachers, and so forth. Evangelists for the perfecting of the perfecting of the saints for the work of the ministry. You have these leaders up over you to teach you so that you can become teachers, and then you can go out there and teach others so that they can become teachers as well. Let me see something. To teach others also. Teach others also. Let's see if that comes up. See what comes up. I got to do it this way. Let me do it this way. I gotta put the wording wrong. I think that's also in Acts 20. Okay, I'm sorry. It's in Acts. It's 2 Timothy 2, verse 2. That's a topic right there, 2 Timothy chapter 2. Let me go to that. I'll start at 1, be strong. It said, thou therefore, my son, talking to Timothy, be strong in the grace that is in Hamashiach Yahushai, and the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men who shall be able to teach others also. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushai HaMashiach. No man that warreth entangleth himself in the affairs of this life. If you come into this truth, you only have one family. You have your woman, and if you have children, you have your children. You have, you have some connection with your mother or your father. But all this, your cousins, your niggas in the world, gangbangers, worldly jakes, if they're part of your relatives, when you have the reunions, you ain't got no business going to no goddamn reunion, man. Because you can get caught up in shit. You got to cut them off. The only ones that you are concerned about is your immediate family, which is your wife and your children. And then extending from that is your mother. Your mother's back and forth in the hospital. You got to be there for her. Your father might have passed, years ago. So you there, you might work it out with your brothers and your sisters that you go and see your mother. But other than that, man, you got to cut off that family because they look at you as an enemy. It says, we have a situation like that going on right now. Because the brother, he didn't know any better. He looked at them as family. They ain't family, man. It said, no man that worth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him. You don't be hanging out in the club. I said that. You go out to the club. Anything, you know how many shootouts and niggas getting stabbed up in the club? You ain't got no business going in. I put out an order years ago, don't go to the club. Now, one situation where brothers go to the casino was, I never said I couldn't go to the casino. What the fuck you think a casino is? Ain't nothing but a goddamn club where you meet women. And a particular brother got caught up. He even got kicked out the camp for a spell. This is out of state because he got caught up with a demon. And somehow this demon got apostles' numbers. And she was calling apostles. Yeah, I'm so-and-so, I'm such and such wife, and blah, blah, blah. Who's Tahar? How can I get his number? Now, she couldn't get my number because I don't give out my numbers in no motherfucking body, man. Except brothers that's very, very close to me. I remember years ago, priest Bun Lawyer, he asked for my number, and I believe it was priest Daniela. I believe he asked for the number. Yeah, let me get your number. He got their number. I said, I don't give out my numbers, man, because people do stupid shit with people's numbers. Oh, you got Tar's number? Let me get his number. Nah, I can't give you his number. He said, come on, I ain't gonna. I'm not gonna call him. It's just. Then they get the number, and the first thing they do is they call. Hey, who are you? I'm so and so. Such and such gave me. Nah. So this brother somehow, she went into the guy's phone or something, got the numbers, calling all kind of. And she was a full level demon, man. A full level demon. when you get together, when you guys come together, the scripture says for the worst, right? When you guys come together, it's for the work. It's for the work. Nothing else. You don't know who these guys are. I've been telling you niggas. I've been telling you that there's spies, agents, demons. You get all buddy with a motherfucker. He could be, he's not your real friend. It says, no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a what? A soldier. And if a man also strives for masteries, yet is he not crowned except he strive lawfully. So you got like IUIC, they allow women in, but there's a lot of cases. I don't know the percentage of cases, but there's a lot of cases where these women, they see other brothers and they wind up getting with brothers, meaning they don't have the truth any damn way. He that committeth adultery lacketh understanding. So you got a lot of people that really don't understand. They can play, they can quote scriptures and bring this precept out, bring this precept out. Then all of a sudden you find this guy laying with another brother's woman, but he knew all these precepts. He knew the precepts, he didn't have understanding. Oh, here's another one. Let me jump down to 8 verse. Remember that Yahweh Shah HaMashiach of the seed of David was raised from the dead according to my gospel. Now, when Paul said he was of the seed of David, meaning he came out, remember Shaman, that dude that came down to the camp a couple of years back, and we were trying to explain it to him, and he said, how did he say it? He said, well, somebody took the DNA of David, put it in Mary. And these guys are gone. These motherfuckers are gone, man. That's why they broke up Shaman, whatever his name is, Shimon, whatever, the Arab guy, the Bruce Lee fan that was with this guy, Vocab. He recently cursed Vocab out, but he was pushing this thing. See, this is what these dumbass monkey-minded Christians do. They'll keep bringing a doctrine. This means this, it means this, and he means that. Knocking on your door. It means this, it means this. And then you tired of hearing them, you say you believe it. No, you don't believe that. Believe that bullshit. Lord is not dealing with any of you Christians unless you repent. First of all, you got to be an Israelite. Number 2, you got to repent. Anyway, let me get into this. I'm a little all over the place, but let me get into this. Okay, this is a video I was watching. Cunningly Devised Fable, which is based upon the video that I did. Let me bring him up. Oh, I was watching this response to the Rod of God podcast. The worst, let me do this. I was listening. Yeah, this guy, I'm listening to this. I said, this guy, he ain't crazy. He's just, he even said in the video, woolly hair. He said, we don't even got woolly hair. Nigga, that's woolly hair, man. That's woolly hair right there. He's paid off and set up. A lot of these jakes that come against what we're teaching that are established so-called pastors, a lot of them get a script, and they get some money with the script to teach that nonsense. All right. So, if anybody, if you find him ignorant, leave him ignorant, as Paul said, and I'm paraphrasing. But this dude got me mad, man. He's a straight up insider. Why would you debate with a Christian? A Christian ain't gonna get it unless he's of the elect. And by this time, if he's been a Christian, I'm pretty sure he came across a handful of videos that were put up by the Israelites. So if they're bucking up against it after they heard it, leave them alone. Leave them alone. Anyway, let me do this. Okay, this is the video. Okay, how to expel demons from off of you. See, this is a good title, so you see the numbers. Oh, wow, what is that all about? The heart and the apostles, do they actually go to somebody's house and do an exorcism? Anyway, so when I put this video up, because this is the guy, Raphael Israel, the Ronin Refined 2. So I'm going to read, oh, and I'm also going to say a few words about Malak Shah. It says here, he used to be in the camp, but the demons jumped on him, and he was teaching that we only going to have one wife in the kingdom, bucking up against the true knowledge. And he went to a point where after he said he was still in the truth, but then he put tattoos all over his body. And he made a video saying, see, GMS, I put tattoos on me. What you going to do about that? Well, now this dude is completely bugged out. He's like a, let me read it. It says, Shalom from Casey Apostle, Timeless Wisdom, GMS 2. That guy, Malak Shah, left the truth, changed his name to Mike Venus, dyed his hair green, and became an internet rapper. Heavy demon, right? Because in this video, I spoke about how the demons jump on you. You have one demon on you, you come into the truth, you turn your back on the truth. Now you got 8 demons. And you got the one demon, which is a certain power, but he brings 7 demons more mightier than himself. So it says Raphael Israel, the Ronin Refined 2. It says, Kal Halal Yahweh by Hashem Shad by Hashem Kakwadash. Now he got that from us. He didn't get that from Nate, because Nate says the Most High in Christ bless. GOCC says Ahaya by Hashem Shaya. It says, thank you, Apostle, because the last video that I did, I tore into him. I said, look, you got demons on you, all right? It said, I just want to rightly divide and make it to the kingdom, which you're not doing. When you called in Deacon Hakar's show, Deacon Hakar was correct. That's why Deacon Hakar didn't want to deal with you, because hell is the grave. Now, you can use the word hell. The word is used in a poetic manner at times, like the Capernaum. The Lord said, Capernaum, thou being brought in heaven. Was there actually a city up there in heaven? No. Meaning they were doing good. They were doing good, great. Financial wise, they were blessed. But it went to their heads, and they put the Most High, on the back shelf, so to speak. The scriptures say, Deuteronomy 32, Jeshurun waxed fat and kicked, thou art waxing fat. So what did the Most High ultimately do? He said, you in that high state because you're doing good, I'm gonna bring you down. So when the Lord said, Capernaum, though thou be exalted into heaven, thou shalt be brought down to hell, did it mean that the city is burning in hell? No, it's talking about ruin. It's going to be like a grave. They call the old town, nobody in it, they call it a ghost town, because the only ones that's in that town are ghosts, poetically speaking, all right? The scriptures speak poetically, man. It says, the Most High wants me to. I found this truth when I was young, and you didn't find the truth. You found a bunch of lies. You found GOCC, then you found IUIC, what you should, if you was, and you know what? You got space to repent. Like I said, do that flush, as Elder Manata Zakbar said. Then I said, do a flush, meaning a spiritual flush. And found the truth when I was young and was with GOCC, the worst camp, laugh out loud. Yeah, because the doctrine of hell, you got that from the GOCC. They're the only ones that the one wants to teach that nonsense, that you can burn in hell. And so when you presented it to a Deacon Hakar of the Sakari, Deacon said, "Man, let me get this. What this nigga talking about?" Which he did the right thing. He wanted to get rid of you. He said, "You see, you can't get it," and he tried to work with you. Hey, you know, Deacon Hakar be doing some good videos, man. I get a lot of ideas from his videos because you know, with that whole, you know, we want all the smoke. You know, it's good because it keeps you sharp, which is good. It says GOCC, the worst camp, laugh out loud. Then I had to leave my state. And when in Portland, Oregon, I had no one to congregate with. Well, wait a minute. You can congregate on the web, on YouTube. All you got to do is go to a video, go to my video, go to wherever video, Yashawamba, whatever. Karatazak, Kazak bar, whatever. Karatazar bar. You can go to any of them and just ask some questions. I don't understand the scripture. What does this mean? If you have the time, could you do breakdown of Revelation chapter 13? Because some other can't get it, but the Spirit ain't feeling me. And that's how you learn. You don't have to be amongst people because the Most High set up this here internet thing. All right. It says, I had no one to congregate with. You can congregate. That's a lie because you can congregate on the web. You can learn on the web. I don't understand Daniel 7. Could somebody please do a breakdown on Daniel 7? You can even put up a video. Look, I need the understanding of Daniel 7. If any of you brothers could do it, I would be well appreciated. Man, the GMF will jump to it, man, to do it. It says, then I saw the IUIC. Yeah, you saw them suits. I like the suits. You saw them suits. You saw them marching down the street. You saw them Passovers. And you said, I got to get with them. The Lord is truly dealing with them. And I was with them until 2022. Now, I don't know the year that you started, but you said you was with them till 2020. And I believe that was the time when you kind of got on my page and I thought you were new, but you been with GOCC and you've been with IUIC. And then now I'm gonna read on. And I was kicked out because I rebuked the captain and the officers on the MOTB Karagma. And now I'm on my own out here just trying to get to the kingdom, Shalom. So he humbled himself. Now he's got to fully humble himself. And the reason why he, brought up the MOTB Karagma to them because he was watching us. See, he started with GOCC, he got with the IUIC, but he was window shopping, as they say in the IUI. You guys be out there window shopping. Well, he was window shopping, and he came back to them, and I'm pretty sure when he went to that, before that council, what popped in their head? GMS. Anyway, let me show you this, and I'm going to close it. Okay, so if you go to Mike V, let me go to Malak Shaw. Malak Shaw. Okay, it says Malak Shaw is bugged out back in the world. And you can see, okay, this is him 5 years ago. Malak Shaw is not a real brother in the faith. And you can see him right there. Then you can see him here. If you look close enough, he got green here. Okay, there he is right there. He got green here. Oh, and there's a demon right behind him. There's a demon right behind him. He's taking a picture with a demon. You can see he got green here. Now, if you go to, let me come back. So we went to Malak Shaw, right? Now we're going to go to Mike Venus. It's the same guy. He bucked up against the leadership, and the Most High unleashed the demons on him. Okay, so this is him now. And there's another demon behind him. Look at that. Mike Venus, which is Malak Shaw, music is my universal language. I need okay, let me okay, let me give you this here.
You know, it works. Awesome. I'm gonna be doing this in the future. Not even host after I fill up a lot of these things. You know, songs or whatever. I'm gonna perform live and put it up on my Instagram. Performing. Put it out there. Upload that thing, and you're gonna get it concert in real time. It's real cool. Yes.
Okay, so you can see where his spirit is, right? The Most High cleaned him out. He emptied him out. He's got a musical demon on him. But that's okay because he'll be all right in the kingdom. He just got to come back. He's gonna eat a missile or two, and then he's gonna come back. Come on. Anyway, if you look closely, Mike Venus, totally different spirit. He ain't even think about Israel. Right on the side of him is a demon, a straight up demon. Let me do this one. Mike Venus. Okay, this is a different guy. Mike Venus, jazz key. Let me try this one here. All right, this is 3 months ago. Another demon. The Batman is a demon. If you notice, every picture of him that you see in the background, you see a demon behind him. Let me try something. Let's see if he opens up with saying all praises to Yahweh Shem Shai or anything like that. Let's see. Let's see.
You already know this is
If you notice, he didn't open up. He forgot about the Most High. Took this whole truth out of him. He's just a regular Negro back in the world. Let me. There's a precept. Oh, I'm sorry, Matthew, and I'm gonna close on this. Matthew 13. Matthew 13. I'll start at 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speaketh thou in parables? And the reason why people, they become disenchanted, because their spiritual eye is open, so they come into it and they see things. And so when a man breaks it down to them, they see it, but then they don't see it after a while. Why? Because the scriptures are not in plain English. In other words, you know, if it's speaking about a prophecy, it's not going to say, well, this means this. So we got to break it down to you. Men, you know, how can I understand unless some man guide me? So the spirit's got to be on that man. So what happens is when the Most High take the spirit off of you and you turn your back on the plow, guess what? You look at this as gibberish. This don't make no sense. That's why these Christians can't see it, because they've been taught by the demon masters of Christianity this stuff. So they buck up against it. That's why you got to get rid of them, man. And then the scriptures say this. You know what I noticed? Anytime you go to street speaking, there's always somebody that bucks up against, you know, there's a big argument. Sometimes your hands are thrown, the police are called. You know, you got to deal with it. But the scriptures say that ye attend to the Lord without distraction. You know, these Christians, they'll say, I know what he's speaking. I saw that sign is speaking on such and such street and so street. I'm going to put these precepts together and I'm going to show them that they're going off. Then when they come down there, those scriptures don't work for them because the Most High is not working for you. And then they get mad. And then you got that so-called white privilege demon on you, where you know you got to be right. You're a black man. I'm over you. If I say this means this, it means that. No, your kingdom is fucking going down. So it says, he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries. That's why the scriptures are written in a poetic, symbolic, a parabolic way, which are mysteries, secrets. So the Most High has to give you eye salve, that thou mayest see and sup with you of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. For whosoever hath, and this guy, Lockshaw, had it, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. You're going to grow in this thing. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away, even that he hath. Therefore speak I unto them the parables, because they seeing see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. So the Most High has completely took them out. So let me come back over here. Bear with me for a minute. So this guy, Gonzalo Lera, captured by Ukrainian police. They said the guy that killed him, but now they're saying he's alive. You got to see this guy. He was on did an interview. He did an interview. This guy right here with Fresh and Fit and Fresh, whatever. And his YouTube handle is I think it was Coach Red Pill, and he broke down when the war started. He broke down what's really going on behind the scenes, and he's pretty much saying that he giving you another side. I'll say that, and I believe that's a 3-hour interview. But they're saying that they captured him and they killed him. But now they're saying nope, he's still alive. So he's a stupid ass anyway for being in the country talking against the country. What you think they're gonna do? So it's up to you to really humble yourself, and if you're one of the elect, then you can come into this thing. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna say shalom.